A little different today. A good friend gave me this Mirage, and it has clearly seen better days. I pulled the gear out, and there's some new mounting blocks. Looks like giant pieces of oak or something that was put in there. Looks like somebody tried to do some carbon fiber, but alas, it did not hold. So, we're going to do some surgery. And there's the first incision line. We're going to remove a section of the panel, and you can see the second line there. I'm going to pull this panel off and see if this is repairable. So, should be fun. You know, we see a lot of build videos for composite airplanes, but I thought, you know, nobody puts up a video of what to do when the inevitable happens. So, I'm not sure if we'll be successful, but let's take a look. Okay, so the wing is scored, and I just scored it along back there because just one place where I can hide the cut. Leading edge. Now to open it up and see what's inside. Dun dun dun. Well, that was fun. Here's the skin. A few little minor dings. It's totally fixable. And parts need to be repaired. You know, it's a little bit flimsy. The skin is part of the bracing. We'll probably do a few things to reinforce that, but I need to first clean up some of this old glue. That's where Betsy comes in. If you don't have a little small hot gun and you're doing this, then you probably should get one because they help soften the glue. So I'm going to clean it up and then determine what it is that we're going to do, how we're going to make this mounts work better. This one actually worked pretty good. It's crooked. It got loose right in there, cracked, and I don't know that I would recommend using an oak block. I think it's prone to just snap. It's hard, but it's brittle. But I might reuse this one. But the other side, completely shattered. Here's the other side of it. And then this little bit of goop here. We're supposed to keep that from, it wasn't this way. I was supposed to keep all that together, but it did not. So we'll figure it out. Okay, got the excess glue off. Got the pile of stuff. Old parts, new parts, glued parts. Got the skin. It's a beauty. It's kind of pretty on the inside. Probably gonna have to do some glue removal for that. So, you know, the wing tube and this side of the wing are actually very strong, but you know, there's not much between from this side over. You got this one nose spar, and then the skin bridged it, and then there was some other little elements which were right here, and the blocks are set here. So we're gonna beef this baby up. We're gonna biggie size it. Not worried about weight. It just has to work. So, to be continued. Update, I've been on this for a couple hours, I guess an hour or two. Went ahead and cleaned up the skin on the inside, put down some fiberglass reinforcements, and this is the front side. I just used some CA to kind of get it lined up. You can kind of see it's pretty flat. Just doesn't look like it from the front, but once all those gaps are filled and it's sanded back down, it'll look just dandy. So that's where we're at now. All that's curing. I'll trim off the excess. Okay, we're on day 2 of Operation A Wing and a Prayer. I think that's what I'll call it, a wing and a prayer. Anyway, or will she fly again? So, it's been fun. Things that have progressed. I've gotten this mount back in here. It's broken out. I haven't high sawed it yet, but I just got it tapped in and located. I rebuilt the 2 blocks. I went ahead and used the oak blocks. I just put them back together, and then these were just some kind of shock absorbers, if you will. They just kind of went between the block and the skin. Don't know how much good that'll do, but so the skin is so heavy duty. I felt like, hey, why not put them back in, because it will absorb a lot of trauma. But I'm gonna high saw all this. I just got some super glue, temporary holding it down, and then super glue the wood back together, and then I'm gonna come back and high saw all these joints back down, and I'll high saw these blocks in. They're partially glued in now. This block, well, it's missing a little leg right there. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that, but it's in no danger of pulling forward. It's mostly gonna be putting pressure on this section here, so I might reinforce that with a piece of plywood. And so I'll be making that shortly. Right now, so there's a little tiny piece of plywood that goes between there and there, and it was broken anyway, so I cut it out. And I thought, why not something, and this just so that we can transfer some force across that opening. And this G10 is much lighter, and although it will bend that way, it will not bend that way, across the cross section of it. So I am going to put this nice little beautiful piece of G10 right there over that opening and high saw that in, and that's going to be even stronger than it ever was in resisting any torque off the tip of that wing. So that should actually improve it. The skin absorbs the stresses between these sections. There's no way to bridge that and still get your gear in. No way to bridge it here, no way to bridge it here. This spar is completely intact. I could reinforce it, but I don't think there's any point. It's just unnecessary weight. It's intact. I'll glue it back down. It'll be beautiful. So really just a little section here just to make sure that that block can't move forward. I don't really think it needs anything down. The block isn't going to roll out as long as it's screwed into this. There's no way for it to go that direction. But I might put a piece of plywood just over the top right there, just to kind of, I don't know, make myself feel better maybe, because that's probably all it's going to do. But what the heck. So that's really what's going on there. And of course, you've seen the skin. It's all glued back together. It's a little lumpy. Nothing, a little filler and some sanding can't fix. It's not going to be like a beauty queen, but it will fly again. It'll actually be stronger than it was. I've got this section here is stronger than the carbon fiber section. I've got 2 layers of very light gauge fiber, and then some cross stripping where it takes the most pressure. So I got some fiberglass tape running across in both directions there. So this thing is incredibly strong. I mean, you can't feel it because you're watching the video, but it's really strong. So that should be more than enough to carry weight, and there's no way the wheel, all this wood could break inside of here, and the wheel could ride on this skin at this point, and it would never come out because it is biggie sized. So that'll be cool. Anyway, so just journaling this little project. Maybe for the next guy that owns this plane, he might want to know, hey, what kind of rigging did you do inside my, beautiful Mirage to make it so amazing? Well, this is it, guy. Enjoy. Got that little piece in. A little extra bracing for where the old spar was broken. Really didn't do much, but I just wanted to fix it. So I'll let that cure, and then we'll come back and apply a bunch of high sol to the ribbing down here where it meets the old skin, and then we'll go high sol over the top, and then we're going to have a bunch of books and clamps and straps and weights, and we're going to put that skin back on. So that's where we're at now. So next time you see this, I'll have glue on it. So not really a long fix, but kind of involved. So it is what it is. I think we are day 3/4, getting ready to do some gluing. I didn't do anything yesterday, had too much going on, but got the gear blocks in place, some little bracing for the skin, and we're going to do some EA20 on the inner ribs, and then we'll high sol this skin back down. So first the EA20, let that set, and then next high sol. Okay. The inner part is all glued up with this little Corten brace. Now we're just literally waiting for glue to dry. I got some weights over here because I put a little glue on this panel. It would kind of come loose. You can kind of see it wicking right there. So I want to make sure to get that down and solid before we start attaching other parts. But there's plenty of high sol aerospace epoxy in this baby. I will say, it's manufactured really well. It's better than some others I've seen in terms of they put a lot of glue to start with. So it's not like they didn't do anything. They did a lot. Matter of fact, I had to cut off tons of it. So just matching the quality that it came with. Actually, we're up in the ante a little, but why not? So we'll see what happens when this dries, and on to the next. All right, next step, gluing down the skin. Moment of truth. What will we have after all this? An ugly wing, but a working wing, and ugly can be fixed. So, here we go. The final reveal. Here we go. Ta-da! I could use a little fill and sanding, just to take away some of the marks. But if you look down the wing, you can see that it is in a very good condition. There's just some little cosmetic marks, but I did cut it dang near in half. I did cut it wide open, so some of that's just going to be deflected a little bit, but it feels really good. Little marks, but I mean, it's in good shape. So that is the reveal. It's super strong. I mean, it is nothing weak about that. But yeah, there we go. So wing repair done. Take this thing out and have a little fun with it. That's it.